Hey everybody, welcome to this video. So we're going to go over a few different ad servers, and I'm going to show you a few different ones that you could use for your direct-to-site buys. Okay, so a lot of people don't know what an ad server is. An ad server is exactly as it sounds. It's just a software that allows you to serve your ads to people. Okay, it's going to allow you to rotate through different ads, and up to this point, to give you a better idea, since you've been dealing with a self-serve platform or a managed network, when you upload your ads to that self-serve platform, essentially you're loading your ads to that network's ad server. Okay, so their software serves the ads to people. In this situation, you're going to be the one that uploads ads to your own ad server, and using your own ad server, you're going to give a little bit of code to a webmaster for them to place on their site, and it's going to allow you to display your ads through that code on their site. Okay, so essentially you're going to be the one in control of serving your ads. Okay, and there's pros and cons to using an ad server, but once you get up to the level of doing direct to site buys, you're more than likely going to end up using an ad server. Okay, so I want to show you a few different ones. To be honest, there's not really one superior ad server because everybody has different goals and everyone's at different budgets and everyone's at different levels in their business. Okay, so I want to show everybody a few different ad servers that I recommend, and then from there you could go ahead and get a little bit more information about each, because each one will have different ad rates, and it's going to cost you different bids to use that ad server, and also it's going to require, some are prepaid and some are pay as you go, so it all really depends on where you're at in your business. Okay, so I'm going to show you a few different ones. Here we are at adshuffle.com. This is a very well-known one. This one is pay as you go. It's pretty simple. You set up an account and you go ahead and upload your banners and tracking links, and then it will allow you to pull out a little bit of code that you're going to be able to give to a webmaster for them to enter in on their website. And every time someone refreshes on that webmaster's page, a new ad will be displayed. So you can rotate through different ads, and you can also target specific countries to display different ads, and you're going to get all the data, all the stats, all the impressions, and all that other good stuff inside your account. So that's what the ad server does, and that's what you're going to be using it for. Okay, so Ad Shuffle is a very good one. You should definitely log on to these websites, read a little bit more about it, maybe do some Google searches and get some reviews about it. You know what I mean? But it's not going to hurt you to set up a free account and check out the dashboard and stuff like that. So don't let that stop you. It is going to be a little bit of a learning curve, but like anything else, it's going to be very easy once you get it down. Okay, so that's where we're at right now. Ad Shuffle. Here's another one. So this is Blink from Engage BDR. This is another very powerful ad server. They have a lot of different things that you could use in your ad server that's going to help you with your ads. Okay, so this one is built on the CDN platform that's very fast. So that's a very important thing. Depending on where you're at and where you're trying to serve your ads to, speed is very important, of course, because we're dealing with people online and people have very small patience when it comes to waiting for a website to load. Okay, they want everything to be fast and snappy, so having something that displays your ads very fast is very important. Okay, they also have something called container ads. Now, in adult, it's not very common that you see these, but I have used these and seen success. What it is basically, imagine a 300 by 250 banner, but inside of that there's one or two or three little containers in each ad. So one little section of that 300 by 250 banner may be, let's say, a weight loss ad, and the next one would be a skincare ad, and the next one would be some type of home business opportunity ad. Okay, so a lot of people in the mainstream media buying use container ads. Okay, so it allows you to serve one ad but have multiple ads inside of that one ad that are all clickable and all trackable, and they all rotate. Okay, so a lot of different features. You should definitely use it if you can find a way to make it work out. And there's a lot of different ways in adult you can make it work out. Okay, so having container ads is important. So this network does offer that. Everything else, your ad library, where you're going to be loading all your images and banners up, do take in consideration when you are looking to use an ad server, how much it's going to cost for you to host your images on that platform. Okay, so a lot of them will have a set rate per CPM, how much you're going to be paying. It may be anywhere from 4 cents to 6 cents to 8 cents, or it's going to vary depending on which platform you choose to work with. But do take in consideration that they may charge you more per CPM for the amount of ads that you have loaded onto their platform. Okay, so there can be an initial cost on top of everything, and you got to factor everything in to make sure that you're still profitable. Okay, so make sure to ask about that when you get in contact with a rep. If you read the Adult Media Protocol, I talk about Blink and how it's one of my favorite ad servers. It's very good. There's a lot of other good ones, so don't feel like you're just stuck going with this one that I recommend here. Okay, so that's good. And then here's another one. This is Site Scout, very large platform, very well known. They have I would say, a more established user interface for their ad server. So when you log in and you're looking at stats and other stuff like that, it's nice. It's a nice user interface, and sometimes that's very important for people, just to have something that they can interact with. I know a lot of the other ad servers, a lot of their dashboards and stats and setting up your campaigns, it could be a little outdated, so it makes it hard to really push through and get your stuff set up. SiteScout has a very nice user interface. Okay, so that could be important for people. This is a very good platform. It could be a little expensive because they're going to charge you a lot for displaying your ads. Take in consideration, let's say you have some type of banner ad, maybe it's a gift, or maybe it's some type of rich media. In adult, you're going to generate a lot of high volume impressions, millions a day, even tens and hundreds of millions of impressions a day. So every time that your ad is being served to an audience, that's going to rack up a little bit of bandwidth. It's going to cost you a little bit to display that ad, depending on how large that file is. So at the end of a 30-day period, that can really add up. Okay, so take in consideration how much it's going to cost when you speak to a representative. Make sure you talk about the added cost and factor everything in. Okay, this is a very good network. Again, do your research and make sure you find one that works for you, because different ones are for different businesses. Some people are at a very high level of ad serving, and some people are just getting started. You don't want to commit to so much money if you don't have the experience of dealing with an ad server. Okay, so that's why I'm showing you this one. This is a good one. This is Site Scout. And here's another one that a lot of people have been using and telling me about. It's EPOM. I haven't had a chance to use it, but it's going to do the same thing as the ad server. Okay, you're going to upload your ads. You're going to get a little code, and you're going to pass that little tag code, the ad tag code, to a webmaster, and they're going to be able to load it up on their site, and it's going to display your ads. Okay, so the reason why a lot of people are using this particular ad server is because of this right here. It's a 60-day free trial. I'm not sure the exact terms of what it is to qualify for the free trial, or how many impressions it allows, or clicks, or whatever, but I think a lot of people are jumping on this to get a feel for how an ad server works and how to set up ad servers. And 60 days free is a good amount of time, and that might be enough for you to do a quick little buy with somebody. Okay, so if you're in a situation where you're dabbling into the direct to site buy space, but you haven't really done it before, or you don't know if you're going to stay in that space, there's really no use in committing to something on a larger scale. Go ahead and sign up to something small and get a free trial and just test it out. That buy may only last for a week or a month, and then after that you might not even continue to do direct to site buys, or you may continue to do direct to site buys, but at least you'll get a feel for it, and then you can go ahead and test out a different server, or go ahead and pay for the service. Okay, so this is a very good one. So those are four. There's a lot of different ad servers online that you could research and use. There's a lot of different services. But these, for the most part, are the top four that I recommend you get into. You're not going to need to deal with so many. Okay, once you find one that works for you and you understand the interface, you're going to be okay. Okay, so there's another thing for those that actually sat and watched through this video and listened. Okay, there's this another little thing called ad recycling. Okay, I'm going to tell you guys about it. It's very important. What it basically is your ad is loaded, and certain ad servers are going to have this option available for you. Some don't. Okay, so make sure you ask about this. It's called ad recycling. So what happens is you load a banner up, and it displays to that visitor without them having to refresh their browser. Your ads will automatically refresh and display another ad. Okay, and you can continue to do this over and over again without the user having to refresh their browser. Okay, so it's called ad recycling, and it's a strategy that I've used and it works very well. So what happens is you can set an image to rotate to a new banner after a set amount of time. So let's say after 10 seconds, you can have that banner switch to a new ad, and then after 10 seconds, that banner can switch to a completely new ad. And the thing about it is, it's going to only charge you for one impression. Okay, they don't charge you for ad recycling. You can ad recycle, an endless amount of banners. But the thing about it is, let's say someone logs into a tube site, they're watching a 10-minute video and your ad's on the right side next to video, and it's displaying one ad, and they're not interested for whatever reason. Now, what happens is 10 seconds later or 15 seconds later, 30 seconds later, or however long you want to set the increments for it to switch to a different ad, another ad will pop up. And then boom, another ad shows, and then while they're still watching that video or hanging out on that site, that new ad pops up. And remember, it's not costing you anything more. It's not costing you another impression. You already paid for that first impression of that ad recycling sequence to initiate. Okay, so then it flips another ad. It could be something completely different. Okay, and I suggest you guys do that. If you're targeting a niche, flip it to a new banner and try a different niche, flip it to a new banner, or try something different. Okay, just keep recycling through different stuff after a set amount of time. You will find that eventually your ad will pop something that someone will something that'll grab their attention, and they'll go ahead and click on it, and then you're gonna funnel them in, and you'll get that lead. You'll do your research on the data and statistics, and you'll notice that a lot of conversions happen later on down the ad chain of your ad recycling. Okay, so a lot of people don't know about ad recycling. You want to learn more about it, ask some of your representatives. I know SiteScout does a lot of ad recycling, stuff like that. There's a lot of little features that you could use with your ad server to help you optimize your campaign. Okay, it can get a little confusing knowing what works when and how to sequence your ad recycling, but I just wanted to mention it to you guys. It's a very powerful thing. Okay, so I'm gonna cut the video short. That's enough information for you guys now about ad servers. I would go in and actually show you the inside of each ad server, but I think that's going to be a little bit overkill. Like I said, it depends on where you're at in your business. Okay, so go ahead and research any of the four that I just recommended here. That's all you need. Find what works for you. Get comfortable. Okay, one ad server might not work well for you compared to the next. Okay, so it's different for everybody. But with that being said, I'm going to end this video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Thanks.